March 2024. Crypto was running on faith, screenshots, and complete strangers on Twitter. Presale Meta. No contracts, no audits, no guarantees. Just a pinned tweet, a timer, and a Solana address. Boom was the one nobody expected. It wasn't hyped, it wasn't shilled, it wasn't the next anything. It was just another low-key presale link, floating quietly on the timeline. And that's exactly why it only filled around $2 million. People barely paid attention. I barely paid attention. I was at home scrolling lazily, telling myself it was nothing special. But then, the chart appeared. 2 million, 10, 50, 100, a billion. Boom didn't start hyped. It became hype. Everyone suddenly claimed they saw it coming. Everyone had a friend who caught it early. And I had nothing. Just cope. Heavy cope. I told myself it was fine, that the next opportunity would be obvious, and the next one had a name, Slerf. But Surf wasn't quiet. It was a full-blown event, a collective FOMO ritual. The presale, everyone declared, Boom 2.0. The timing couldn't have been worse. I wasn't home. I wasn't calm. I wasn't even at my desk. I was on a ski trip, Twitter open dot, frozen fingers refreshing the timeline, trying to outrun the madness. I should have been enjoying the snow. But then, the Slerf presale tweet hit my phone, like a shockwave. Same structure as Boom, same promises, same danger. Send funds now, pool later, airdrop later. I checked the address once, twice, 3 times. Then I pressed send, and everything went silent. And just as that silence settled, a notification appeared. 2 words. Oh fuck. The dev had burned the presale liquidity. Not intentionally, not maliciously, just pure, catastrophic incompetence. Millions gone, vaporized, irretrievable. The timeline erupted, screaming, laughing, begging, pure disbelief. And I stood there, staring at the reality. We had sent real money from real lives to anonymous wallets run by cartoon profiles, on nothing but hope. No transparency, no locks, no code, just chaos. But from that chaos, from that burn, that panic, that collective trauma, something new appeared. A tool that promised no more presales, no more blind transfers, no more praying the dev doesn't fat finger your future into oblivion. A system where liquidity couldn't be stolen, where price was math, not vibes. It replaced send first, pray later, with bonding curves and locked liquidity. It started something entirely different. Its name, Pump.fun. I didn't understand it at first. I just knew one thing. Nobody was getting rugged anymore. Pump.fun hadn't tweaked the system. It had replaced it. Before Pump.fun, launching a token started with pressure. Real pressure. The dev had to provide the liquidity. All of it. No curve, no ramp-up, no safety. The moment a token launched, its entire future sat inside one wallet. The devs. Presales were just a way to fund that liquidity, and every presale carried the same quiet fear. Will the dev actually lock the pool, or disappear with it? There was no automation, no guarantees, just trust and risk. But then Pump.fun appeared, cold, mechanical, almost clinical, and it changed everything. Pump.fun introduced a bonding curve that built liquidity automatically. No dev liquidity, no presale funding, no promises. A token could start at almost nothing, $4,000 in market cap, and grow predictably. 4K to 20K to 40K to 80K. Then the system, not the dev, moved the liquidity to the DEX and locked it forever. The biggest rug vector was simply deleted. The second shock was even bigger. You didn't need a dev anymore. You needed 3 things: a name, a ticker, an image. Click, done. Token launched. A process that used to require smart contracts, scripts, and experience now took 30 seconds and 0 coding. No dev keys, no pre-sales, no liquidity rug. Just a curve, a lock, a button, a system that finally made sense. Pump.fun didn't fix the past, it replaced it. The safe token revolution had begun. Some tokens minted on Pump.fun weren't coins, they were totems. Flags people raised, because the world around them had already chosen the story. Pnut didn't begin as humor. It began with death. A real squirrel, Pnut, rescued in 2017, loved by millions online, and in October 2024, seized by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, euthanized. Rabies test, negative. A harmless animal killed because the rules said so. The country erupted. Lawmakers condemned it. A bill was drafted. Social media turned into a firestorm of grief and fury. So when Pnut minted on Pump.fun, and it wasn't a Degen coin, it was protest, a digital vigil, a narrative born from injustice. They killed Pnut for nothing. Pnut is us saying the system is broken. Pnut didn't pump because of hype. It pumped because the story was real. A meme born from tragedy that exploded to a $2 billion market cap. Pnut wasn't a token. It was a martyr, and martyrs move nations. And then, Moodeng, a baby hippo in Thailand, a real creature adored nationwide, not engineered, not optimized, just pure emotional folklore, a meme born from tenderness, carried by joy, amplified by chaos. Moodeng isn't a token, she's ours. A baby hippo adored in Thailand, that surged to a $650 million market cap powered by nothing but emotion, folklore, and collective belief. Moodeng wasn't engineered, she was embraced. Pippin was something else entirely. A signal, not born from chaos, born from credibility. The creator? Yohei Nakajima, a respected figure in AI, a researcher, investor, builder. Someone whose name actually meant something. Not a roadmap, not a white paper, a thesis. People didn't buy Pippin because it was funny. They bought it because it felt like touching the future. If Yohei touches it, it's not just a meme, it's alignment. A meme coin launched by an AI visionary that surged to a $350 million market cap. Pippin wasn't a joke, it was a prophecy, and people treated it as such. You didn't know his name, no one did. Just 7 random characters, 6R3WKOW. A wallet that turned $17 into $3 million on a single token, PNUT. Not luck, not insider info, just conviction executed with surgical coldness. When the curve bends, you don't hesitate. No tweets, no victory laps, no identity. On Pump.fun, whales weren't influencers, they were ghosts. There was one guy who finally said what nobody wanted to admit. Crypto isn't driven by technology, it's driven by speculation. And suddenly the entire industry looked different. All the talk about L2s, throughput, scaling, roadmaps, that wasn't what made people buy tokens. Most people didn't care about any of that. They cared about stories, they cared about narratives, they cared about belonging. And that's where meme coins came in. Meme coins didn't pretend to have a product. They didn't hide behind a fake utility. They were simple, honest, and open. We are a story. If you believe in it, join us. No insider allocation, no hidden rounds, no VC siphoning the supply. Just pure retail, pure culture, pure narrative energy. Then he said the line that flipped the room. Meme coins will lead the next supercycle. It sounded insane, until Pump.fun made it obvious. Because Pump.fun wasn't just launching tokens, it was mass-producing stories more and turning those stories into capital. Every story has 2 sides, the myth and the cost of believing in it. Pump.fun made legends, but it also made casualties. In Act 3, we step into the part nobody likes to talk about, the side of memes where the charts end and the consequences begin. Where were you the first time you minted something you didn't even believe in? What were you thinking? You probably told yourself, It's harmless, it's fun, it's cheap. But behind the clean numbers and the bonding curves, Pump.fun unlocked something darker, a dopamine engine. Every launch was a coin flip, every refresh, a lottery, every green candle, a promise. Tokens flying, pages flashing, timelines overflowing with jackpots, and none of the losses. Rumors spread about a trader who ended his life on live stream whispering, "Make a memecoin out of me." Whether true or not, the idea itself says everything. And then speculation became theater. Pump.fun Live turned into a digital coliseum. Streamers locked in metal cages, selling humiliation for liquidity, performing risk as ritual. Crypto didn't need television. It built its own circus. Then came the moment nobody recovered from. A teenager, barely 15, dumped a position live. Thousands erased in seconds, no panic, no hesitation, no guilt. A generation raised on bonding curves, sniper bots, and algorithmic thinking. A generation trained to feel nothing. Who are we becoming? Thousands of tokens died faster than they were born. Minted, listed, ignored, dead. Some lasted 30 seconds. Some never saw a buyer. Some vanished mid-refresh. Artifacts of speculation. Corpses in the mimetic graveyard. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. The future doesn't start after Pump.fun. It starts inside it. At first, speculation feels human, instinctive, impulsive. But Pump.fun changes that. It turns speculation into a system, a rhythm, a factory. Pump.fun doesn't make speculation easier. It makes it automatic. And once it becomes automatic, you don't even notice you're doing it. Creating a token isn't a transaction anymore. It's speech, a signal, a declaration, a way to pledge allegiance, mock politics, celebrate tragedy, or simply say, "I exist." Memecoins aren't coins, they are statements, priced, traded, performed. Finance absorbs narration. Narration absorbs finance. The separation collapses. Think about it. The charts, the tweets, the live streams, the humiliation, the triumphs, the collapses. It doesn't look like a market anymore. It looks like a stage. Every pump is an entrance. Every dump is an exit. Every holder is a character. Every token a plotline. Crypto isn't infrastructure, it's performance. Pump.fun isn't a website. It's a model, a conceptual brick, a blueprint for an internet where everything is tokenizable, everything is narrativized, everything is speculatable. That's the legacy. Long after the vibes fade, long after the meta shifts, long after the mania burns out, the mechanics remain. Because the logic is stronger than the trend. Minting becomes reflex. Narrative becomes economy. Chaos becomes infrastructure. And finance, for better or worse, becomes cultural.